Hello, it's Stephen, and I'm going to come over here. Hello, it's Stephen, and we are live from wonderful Wiltshire, England. It's Wednesday, it's 10 a.m. Eastern, it's 3 p.m. in the UK, and it's time for me to broadcast on the OneStream Live YouTube channel. And I say hello, and I'm just waiting for sound. And when I hear that sound, we are underway. But today's topic is, go here. Hello, it's Steve, right, and we're live from wonderful Wiltshire, England. Right. Today's topic is you're missing out. Hidden OSL features revealed. OSL is OneStream Live. That's what we call it in-house. And we're going to be talking about OneStream Live and the features you may or may not know about. And come back to me. So let me just make more adjustment. Let's go over to the chat and go to the live chat and connect. And we should get a comment coming through in a minute because I made a comment just before I came live, and there it is. So if you comment, then I will show your comment on screen. Thank you for watching live. Thank you for watching the replay. Today we're talking about OSL, OneStream Live, and things you may or may not know about the system. If you've got any questions about any aspect of operating OneStream Live and what it can do for you and your business, then just ask. Okay, I'm here to answer questions. If you're watching live, do say hello. Tell me where you're watching from, and let's get a conversation going and go over to the chat. And I'm going to hide that, and I'm going to monitor the chat. And if anything comes in, I will let you know. Right. Now, 2024 for OneStream Live was a year of enhancements. And one of the major enhancements that took place was the ability to have more than one camera on screen. We can have 4 cameras on screen. Let me explain. If I go to my media and I go down here, you can have up to 4 cameras on screen, and it will look something like this. Oh, just before I do that, we've got the chat. Let's go over to the chat and welcome, Alec. Just a technical note, Alec. I have removed Chris from my machine, and hopefully the sound is okay this week and will stay okay. I'm using the Elgato Wave 3 microphone, and what could possibly go wrong in one of my broadcasts? Okay, let's take a look at using multiple cameras on OneStream Live. Now, the first camera, like this camera here, is the one that's added by default. Then you can go into the share function within your OneStream Live Studio, and you can add another 3 cameras. Now, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Hello, my main camera is the top left with my name on. Okay, the other 2 cameras are brought into the broadcast because on the OneStream Live in the studio as host, I can have up to 4 different cameras, and that gives me different angles. You can see the different pictures that are available, and I can bring one of them full screen at the click of a button, and that is now the camera that I'm going to start talking to. Okay, so I've got to turn around. The whole thing about live broadcasting is keeping people interested, is having variety. And as host with 4 cameras on screen, you can mix things up. You can give variety to the broadcast. You can appear in different ways. So if I go off full screen and back to me, and there are 3 of me. So top left camera is the Logitech Brio, bottom right is the Obsbot Tiny 4K, and the camera below me is the Nexigo. So 3 4K cameras all in the studio. I can change the resolution of each camera. So if I was talking about different camera resolutions, I could do that. But it does mean that you're totally flexible in the way you tell your story, and you can bring any of those cameras full screen to emphasize a point, to make a point, and it gives more variety. This is what it's all about. What you want to do is mix things up, show things from a different view, I could move these cameras around and show different things within my office, and they don't need to be in the same office. They could be, well, let's talk about that in future time. But within the OneStream Live Studio, I can have up to 4 host cameras on screen at one time, 1 microphone, 4 cameras. That's how it works. I'll see you shortly. And this is shortly, so I'm back. Now the camera I'm using today is Logitech Brio, which I've had for a while, and it's a reliable camera, and 4K 1080p, and we've got the okay now, and I'm going to bring the chat back and go back to the chat and take it off. Okay, so we're now back to just me on screen, and I know that I'm moving. It's just that it occasionally hangs in the studio. I've got used to that now. So OneStream Live is 4 things. Okay, the first thing you can do with OneStream Live, which is exactly what I'm doing now, is broadcasting from the studio. Now, the studio has been designed to be easy to use yet powerful, and it achieves that because I can show images on screen like this one, and so I can show images. I can change the image at any time and come back to me. So images I can show on screen. I've just played a video. You can upload video to your studio. It then goes into a library. Library is a limit of 20 different videos, all of which can be 200 megabytes in size. 20 megabytes in size. Careful. Okay, don't quote me on anything I say because this is live. In actual fact, looking forward a month, there is a new Udemy course coming out, all about OneStream Live and the enterprise version, and that will be on Udemy, hopefully by the 21st of Feb. That's my target date. So over the next 6 weeks, I'm going to be preparing the course, and some of the things I should actually show you during the broadcast that I do will actually be there. So let's look at the agenda for today. So images, video, text. Oh, I've forgotten some. Just a minute. Let's go back here and go to, I've forgotten. I meant tickers. Okay, and we are live via OneStream Live. Okay, I actually forgot the ticker. Okay, just as a note, just to remind you whilst we're here, Blabbing for Britain with myself and Peter and John is tomorrow at 10 a.m. in the UK. Back to there, and we'll go back to the chat. And my fingers are crossed. All right, okay, and a question from Malik. Udemy with HeyJane. Yes. Yes and yes and yes. Where I'm doing a practical demonstration with me on screen, it will be me. Where I'm doing a presentation and talking about a particular part of the system, I'll be using my HeyJane avatar. The reason being that within the OneStream Studio, I can actually overlay my HeyJane avatar and talk about, well, I'm going to talk about teleprompters in a moment, talk about images, talk about video, talk about going live to 45 different destinations. I'm going to be using a combination of me live, okay, and the avatar. So the avatar will be in use. We looked at the avatar last week. The avatar was busy earlier today, advertising this broadcast on, well, actually, I'll let you into, I've started broadcasting on TikTok, and it's quite a revelation because the number of people who actually watch, and I did the promo for today's show, which was a HeyJane video, which was the graphic here, and I'm going to go off full screen so you get the graphic and me side by side, and we can actually talk about. I use this graphic in a video with my HeyJane avatar to actually promote this live broadcast. simply because it's so easy to do. I mean, the thing is that if you are broadcasting and you've got to look at camera, then you forget to look at the camera. You go and watch something else whilst you're actually talking, which is not polite as in England. So with an avatar, you're actually looking at the camera all the time. I'm looking at the wrong camera. I've just realized. You're looking at the camera all the time. The thing is that I've got 15 different avatars of me, my voice, 15 different videos shot, and I can switch between them so that there will be variety in the Udemy course, but you'll see my HeyGen avatars. I'm quite enjoying using it. Makes a big difference to the quality of the video, I think. Certainly on Udemy, it's the quality of the video that counts, and having me looking directly at camera and talking to point. Because the other thing is when I record the audio, which I do in my OneStream Live Studio, I don't have to look at camera. I can just concentrate on getting the audio right. And over to Alec again. And okay, ban TikTok if US bans also. This is down to, we're waiting to hear what the US is going to do. The next president of the United States and certain commercial forces are saying don't do it. TikTok has 170 million users in the US. If you switch it off overnight, where are those 170 million people going to go? Well, the irony of it is that they have decided to join a Chinese website. So they're leaving TikTok to go straight into a Chinese website. I mean, basically, it's a security thing. The American security services don't feel that TikTok should be in government hands. Should it be in an individual's hands? That's another moot point, but not on today's broadcast. So my feeling is that TikTok will survive. It's got a global audience of billions, 170 million. They can drop and they can pick up elsewhere. So from TikTok's point of view, they don't, I mean, the United States is where it's at. I'm not going to say it's not, but they could survive, and they could survive well without having the USA. And so I expect TikTok to continue in the UK, which is why I'm investing time in it. I mean, I've been live on TikTok. Thanks to our good friend Marco Novo, I can now go live on TikTok, and I'll be going live with OneStream Live probably around about March. We're working on it at the moment. So I'm looking forward to OneStream Live to TikTok. At the moment, I'm trying to get 1,000 contacts on TikTok, and then we can use the OneStream Live Studio. At the moment, I'm using the TikTok desktop app, and that is working beautifully. So a big shout out to Marco Novo, again, pointing me in the right direction, and it's the place to be. I've got to say, you do get the feeling, TikTok is a very active site, and you do get questions, you do get comments, you do get people asking for the URL for today's video, and you do get likes, you get interaction on TikTok. It's like Facebook used to be 6 or 7 years ago, and you get more interaction on TikTok than you would on another website. Anyway, that's by the by. So we've already showed 4 cameras on screen. We've shown the ability to show images. We can show text. We're linked into YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook, so we can show comments from there. In the studio itself, I can show images. I can change my background. I can build a brand. Okay, I can switch logos on and off. If I go here and I go into design and I go into logos, then I'm not going to switch that one off, but I could switch this one on. So we've got 2 logos, and I've got OneStream Live both sides. And I think for the purpose of this broadcast, we'll leave them there. I could put my own logo in, but let's leave the OneStream Live logos there. You can change them. I can change the display names and titles. I can have them on or off. Okay, so on or off. I can change the background. So if I come down to images and I come down to here, I could change my background just with one click. Okay, and I can go back. And this is the one I actually used at Halloween, which was created by OneStream Live. So I go to Dreamy. That's the one we use on Loving for Britain. Back to Blossom, which is where we started. It is customizable. You can have all the cameras. You can have guests. Now, in terms of the number of guests you can have 2 up to 16 guests or people on screen at the same time. And basically, you can have a personalized invite. So my invite is, if I go to share it here, my invite is just Stephen J. And that will get people in who've got the rest of the URL. But we talked about security last week. We talked about sharing things. Never share your guest link, inviting guests with the whole world. It's not a good idea because you don't know who's going to come in. Then you can preview guests. This is a good feature of OneStream Live. You can preview guests before you admit them into the studio. There's so many facets of this, which is why I'm actually doing the Udemy course. Now, one of the things which is important is having some way to actually record without going live. And let's just go to our agenda for a moment. I'm going to add that to the stream and replace that. And we can take a look at agenda for today. And I'm going to go this way. Just a minute. I'm going to go this way. Okay, so this is our agenda for today. And I'm going to put my glasses on so I can read it. And I want to say thank you for watching live. And if you have any questions about live broadcasting, you're in the right place to ask them. I'm here to answer your questions and anything to do with broadcasting. Right, so hidden OSL features to help you live stream better. So we talked about improving your live stream. We've done the introduction. I've given you a quick tour of the broadcasting studio, and in the video, which I'll play again later, you saw the inside of my studio. And then something which you may not have thought of, and it is simply this. Okay, first of all, you can have, as I've just said, up to 16 people on screen. You can hold meetings using OneStream Live. You can record those meetings using OneStream Live. You don't have to broadcast anywhere. We know you can broadcast up to 45 different destinations, but you don't need to broadcast anywhere to hold a meeting, a private meeting, because the only people who can get into your meeting are people who've got the guest link. So you can use OneStream Live as a meeting place, and it's already set up. You already know the software well, no software to learn. You know how to work the software. You just need to invite people in. When people come in, their camera is checked, their microphone is checked. They can set anything they want. They can come in, they can show themselves on screen, or you control that, and they can screen share. So if you're having a meeting where people are discussing topics, then any of your guests can bring a PDF in and show it on screen. Yeah, you can screen share for all guests. So as a meeting place, OneStream Live is set up for it, because everything that you can do when you're live, you can do privately without going live anywhere. And you can record the session if you wish. Get permission from everybody who's actually in the session. Would you like to be recorded? Raise your hand. Okay, if you get any no's, then you've got two choices. You can't either go ahead, or you get everybody to persuade them to commence the recording, gently, of course. Now, so 1, go live, 2, meetings, and then the third thing is that you can use OneStream Live to record content. And you can, with OneStream Live, you can use the green screen, you can have varied backgrounds, and you can hit the record button. Now, one of the things I'm glad to see is that basically when we go live, I'm going live on YouTube now, this video is being recorded automatically. But if I come into the studio and I want just to record without going anywhere, just me, I can record in the studio. I can put together a full presentation. But the thing is, when you're doing a recording, you sometimes trip up, you trip yourself up, you run out of words, you say the wrong thing. There is in the studio now a pause button. So you set it to record, it's recording away, you suddenly realize there's a glitch, press the pause, sort the glitch out, press resume, which is basically a godsend, because it makes it so powerful. Because the number of times when you're recording and something goes wrong, you might cough, okay, somebody might say something, and then you just want to switch off for a minute, have a chat with them. Yeah, so you can do recordings in the studio with yourself and up to 15, 16 other people on screen without going anywhere. But you can also use it to create content. Now, that's what I'm going to be doing when I am doing the Udemy course, because I will be in this very studio and I'll be talking about cameras, I'll be talking about the OBSBot, I'll be talking about Logitech and the Nexigo, which you saw earlier, in depth as part of my cameras section in the Udemy course. And then I go on to microphones, I go on to the Elgato and the Blue Yeti and all the microphones I've got, really. Talking about microphones, internal versus external, the best external. And I'm going to record that in this very studio. I don't need to go anywhere else to actually record it. And I can record it, I can record the whole screen using ScreenPal, and I can record the use of it just simply using the studio. So I can have a how-to video, and then this is what happened next. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a how-to video with ScreenPal, recording my screen, and then I'm going to do a video just using my screen as it was when I did the overview instructions. That's why I'm thinking about the Udemy course this time, because as Alex said earlier, I'm going to be using avatars. I'm going to be using the OneStream Live Studio in the OneStream Live course. But the thing is that this is also a recording studio, and the ability to actually start recording, pause the recording, resume, pause, resume, pause, resume, means that you can create video which you don't have to edit too much. Talking of which, my favorite editor is a program called ScreenPal. I did my avatar video earlier today promoting this broadcast, and it was slightly too long. So I went into ScreenPal, downloaded the video from Agen, uploaded it into ScreenPal, chopped off the last 10 seconds, and the video is sweeter for it. Because there was slight hesitation at the beginning, I got rid of that, and then the overrun at the end, and I removed that as well. So ScreenPal for the editing, ScreenPal, all one word. You'll find it if you Google it. So OneStream Live is a live video studio, a meeting place, and a recording studio. And you can record without going live. You can go live. This is another point. You can go live on OneStream Live at any point. So if you have a meeting and you decide a course of action during that meeting, you can just press one button, say where you want to go live. You can go live to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, or X. And the whole team that have actually been in the meeting can go live. And the people who want to appear live can actually just drop out, and you can go live without anybody having to leave. And you can go live once, you can go live several times in different places, or you can go up to 45 destinations at one time. So many possibilities just within the studio itself. Right, let's come back and go back to here. And I'm going to put this full screen. So one of the most recent enhancements, which has made a lot of difference, is the teleprompter. Now you can get a hardware teleprompter, and it sits at the side of you and it just scrolls and you just read it. Okay, but the teleprompter here is actually built into the studio, and I can't show you anything. There will be a chapter on the teleprompter in the Udemy course, but basically I can cut and paste text in here, and then having pasted the text, or I can load a script, okay, and then I can press play and it will appear on my screen, but it doesn't appear on your screen. So if I just, for argument's sake, put some text in, hopefully you can't see this, and I'm going to show that on screen. And basically I want it on the right hand side of the screen. I want to darken it. Okay, so I can now see that text on screen. You can't. I can see right through the text on screen, and I can read it, and I can press play and it will go through at the speed that I set, and I can actually read the text on screen. Now, teleprompters in the studio are a boon, because you don't need to buy anything else. It's already there. It's already part of your OneStream Live subscription. You don't need to do anything special to have a teleprompter in your screen, and you basically give it the text, you say play, position it on screen, and you can change the speed and everything. You can change the text position. I can put it in the center. You can't see what I'm doing, but it's now in the center. It's now on the left hand side. It's now on the right hand side. I can increase the font size, and it is increasing, and basically I'm in total control. And I can paste this. Let's just take it off again. I can paste the script into the teleprompter and then just read it. Now, this is important where you're in a situation where you've got to get the words right. If it was something legal, then reading it out is the best thing to do, because you can't remember word. Well, I can't. You can't remember everything word for word. So if you've got a very important piece of text that you want to read out, then you can do it using a teleprompter, and it will scroll on screen and nobody else can see it. I use it sometimes for my introductions. I'll be using it in the Udemy course, because it basically, when you're doing a course and something, you've got to hit the ground running, and a teleprompter can help you do that. Now, reading off a teleprompter takes practice. It's like anything. Okay. You can either be looking at the teleprompter all the time. I can show this, and if I put it in center of the screen, I'm actually reading it, and I can look at it. This is ideal, actually, because the teleprompter is in front of me, and I can read it, and I'm still looking at the camera. Yeah, this is very well thought out. So I can go left or right. I can go on screen. So the teleprompter is a recent feature. If you've not used it yet, then my suggestion is that you do, because, as I say, it can be a boon. I wouldn't put my whole show on there, but if you've got a script which is going to take you a minute or two to read, then put it in here and you can actually read it out. And over to the chat. And we've got a comment coming in, and howdy. Stephen just signed in, listening while I work. Hello, Bob. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining. I'm talking about, just to add this to the stream. Welcome, Bob, from the USA. And our topic today, I'm just going to replace the media. Our topic today is this. We're looking at, you're missing out, hidden OSL features revealed. And the last one I looked, well, I'll just do a quick recap. If I just add the agenda to the stream and replace that. So the agenda we're looking at today is looking at the broadcasting studio, which is where we started. We're using the broadcasting studio's recording studio. A recent feature is that you can start recording without going live. That's okay. But you can also pause the recording, which I think is a major feature, because when you can stop and start recording, because we all make a mistake sometimes, and when you can stop, yeah, if you've got guests on screen and there's a problem, then you can pause it, you can sort out the problem and carry on. So all sorts of things are possible, because we can pause a recording and we can resume it, and we can use OneStream Live as a recording center. The other thing I said is that the other use of OneStream Live is as a meeting place. In other words, you can bring people into the studio. You don't need to go live anywhere. You don't need to record. You can have people in the studio. You can hold a meeting. In fact, OneStream Live now hold their meetings on OneStream Live, not on Zoom. So OneStream Live meetings are actually used by the OneStream Live team. So you can't have a better recommendation than that. And hopefully, Bob, that brings you up to speed, because Bob has just signed in, and say hello to Bob in the USA. And Bob is listening while she works. Bob is on the West Coast. So it's approaching 7:30 in the morning. Bob, thank you for waking up with us. And my good wishes to you and your family. Right, so back to what we're talking about today, and it is features that are missing, are hidden, or you might not have heard of. Now, one of the things that I've been talking about for 3 or 4 years now, and Bob's saying thank you for the recap. Quite interesting. Good. Thank you. One of the things I've been talking about for the last 3 or 4 years is broadcasting to your website. Now, OneStream Live has the ability to broadcast to your website. It has what is known as an HTML5 web player, which is the ability to play live video embedded in a browser. So you can, from OneStream Live, you can broadcast to your website using the web browser, and you can do it live. You can do it for pre-recorded video as well. It's in your browser, and you can put it on a web page. You can put it on a blog post, and you can embed the live feed. And that is, it's got to come. Basically, it's an awareness thing. I think broadcasting on your website has so many benefits. One, it's not social media. So when people are watching you on your website, they're not going to be distracted by adverts running down the side. That's the first thing. If there are adverts on the site that you're actually broadcasting to, they are your adverts. And people will be clicking your adverts while they're listening to you. They won't be clicking other people's adverts. You're in control. Also, because it's on your website, people are actually going to go and they're going to say, okay, I just listened for a minute, and I'll go and check the website out. And they'll read your blog posts. They will look at the videos you've got. And if you've been wise and you're broadcasting your website, you'll have a shop. And while people are listening to you live, then you can actually sell to them. And that is golden. That is something we all want to do. We want to promote our website because that's our territory. It's not Facebook, it's not YouTube, it's not LinkedIn, it's our place. Okay, albeit it's rented. But as long as we continue with the rent, it's a safe place to broadcast. Now, with OneStream Live, it's simple and straightforward. Again, in the upcoming Udemy course, I'll tell you exactly how to do it. But essentially, OneStream Live gives you an embed code. You go over to your WordPress site. I'm going to take WordPress as an example. You create a new post or a new page, and you just embed the code in there. You publish the page. That's it. Now, you're in control on your website. You can either have your live video playing on the front page, in which the whole world can see, in which case the whole world can see it, or you can have it on a page within the website or on a blog within the website, and you can password protect it. Because you can password protect it, you can have, if you wish, a paywall, and you could set up an invite only, ticket only. Join me for $2, $10. I'm going to be talking about this for an hour. It's information you won't get anywhere else. Okay, and you can do that on your website. Okay, over to Alec. And Alec is saying, can you interact with chat on your website? That's an excellent question, Alec. And this is where OneStream Live certainly scores, because if you're broadcasting to your website and people comment on the website, you as the host of the show consider chat, and you can reply as well. So the website, you've got two sections. One is the video, one is the chat. The chat can come from the website direct into your live broadcast studio. And as with the comment just now, you can actually show it on screen. So basically, you're not losing out in terms of comments because you're in direct contact with the people who are watching you on your website. That's another feature. It's a very, I mean, the website broadcasting to itself is a hidden feature. I know more and more people are actually using it, and I use it infrequently. As I said, I'm going to make 2025 the year of website broadcasting, and anybody wants to join me can have my support, and you can ask any questions. Technically, it is simple and straightforward to do, and when you go live in the studio, when you go live, you can pick your website. Well, you've got basically, you've got it all set up. You don't need to do anything. Yeah, you just need to say, I'm broadcasting. You don't need an extra destination, anything like that. It's just so simple. Just go live and you'll be live on your website. Now, what if you don't have a website? Okay, now not everybody maintains their website. If you don't have a website, there are hosted live pages, which are hosted by OneStream Live. It's included in subscription. And basically, you can set up a landing page. And that landing page has got the video, this video, embedded in the landing page. It's also got the chat, because you can have, the chat is already there. You can have a title, you can have a description, and you can have a call to action button. And this is golden because you can say, I don't have a website, but you can visit me on this page. Here's the URL. Again, you can password protect it. You can put a paywall in there if you want. It's up to you. But when you go live from your studio, you just check that you want to go to that page. Now, according to the plan you're on with the OneStream Live, you can go live to 5 places, 10 places, and more different websites, and basically different landing pages. Okay, I'm so excited by this technology because it's so easy to use. And when you go live, you just say you go live to page 1, 2, 3, yeah, and then you invite your traffic. Now, everything that I'm talking about in relation to the web and in relation to the live pages. At the moment, thank you, Alec. At the moment, right, okay, and Bob is saying chat on the website is absolutely awesome. We read on that. I think Alec agrees on that as well. In fact, I'm sure he does. Okay. The broadcasting on the website is you are in control. You're the one running the adverts, you're the one running the shop, you're the one whose blogs people are reading. So broadcasting a website should be a no-brainer, but we've got basically fear of the unknown is the only thing that's stopping us. If you want help in going live to your website, just ask. Okay, you can ask on YouTube now. You can contact me. If I put my name back on screen, let's go into the design again, because everything I do before the broadcast I can use now. And just let me go here, display names. Let's bring my name back on screen. Okay, so my name is back. If you search for Stephen Healy, you'll find me, and basically any questions about OneStream Live. I'm just going back to the chat again, and Bob's saying checking the website, chat on the website is absolutely awesome. And there's a comment below that from Alec. Does this chat clear down automatically when your broadcast starts on the hosted pages? Yes, it does. It does clear automatically, as far as I know. I will double check that, but as far as I know, when the broadcast is finished, the chat is disconnected as well. I'll check on that. I've answered it off the top of my head. I'll check on that. So I'm going to leave that there for a second. But the thing is, if you're broadcasting on your website, yeah, if you're broadcasting on your website, there is something that you really, really must do, and that's promote the broadcast. If you're going to go live on the 31st of January, start promoting it now. Let everybody know that you're live on your website. And the other thing is, you're very brave. Just say, I'm going to be live on the website. This is exclusive to you. If you come along, you'll get information you won't get anywhere else. I'm going to be live on the website. It will not be live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Yeah, but you must promote it everywhere. By every means you can. You promote it on Blue Skies, promote it on Threads, on Facebook, on Twitter, on everywhere. Let the world know that you're going live. Get the graphic done. I'm not stressed too much. As I recently started broadcast live on TikTok, and the thing that makes me stand out is this graphic above. Yeah, I get a different graphic broadcast that I'm doing, and that is what is getting attention on TikTok. So get the graphics done, get the graphics right. Okay, and let's, if I go here and here, I'm back. Okay, that worked swimmingly. Okay, I'm going to just so you can alter things at any point during the broadcast. So I'm going to go back in design. I'm going to go into logos, and I'm going to logo there. That's easy. Everything I'm talking about is simple and straightforward to do. Remembering it is the thing, and that will be in the OneStream Live Udemy course published by the 21st of February. Right, that's a target I've set myself. I know, but I'm up for it. I know it can be done. I know it can be done. The planning bullet, the SEMA is already done. I just need to record the videos. And Alex said earlier, will I be using the HeyGen avatars in the Udemy course? Yes, I will. So always look straight at the camera. Okay, let's go back to the agenda then. And I'm going to replace that, and I'm going to bring the agenda back in. So if I scroll this up here, just let me scroll up here and put my glasses on so I can actually read it. And we've already talked about it, but we've talked about website broadcasting. You can broadcast to your own website on a page or on a blog post or a post. And live hosted pages are hosted by OneStream Live. You can go live there whenever you wish. Just remember to invite people. Unified chat, Alex mentioned that. Unified chat is basically one place on the OneStream Live website that you have access to. And what you can do, that you have access to, what you can do is you can see that that's on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, the website, Twitch, I'm not sure. Several different destinations, and the chat is all in one place, unified chat. And you can reply, not everywhere, but you can reply to most places. So unified chat, it brings all the chats together. Yeah, including, as I said earlier, the chat on the website. And people can see your replies everywhere. So unified chat is a big feature as far as I'm concerned. Basically, after this broadcast is being recorded on OneStream Live. After this broadcast, I will get the recording and I will reschedule it. I'll schedule it to go out at 2 p.m. Eastern today on my social media, Facebook, YouTube, not Twitch this time, but LinkedIn and Twitch. And when I've scheduled it and we go live at 2 p.m. Eastern today, I will, in my browser on the desktop, I'll be in unified chat. And I can talk to people watching the replay. So the unified chat works not just with the live video, but with the replay as well. It's a very important part of OneStream Live, and it is a feature which you can definitely make use of. Okay, now, hang on, chat. Let's go to the chat. And Alec is saying, does the chat clear down automatically? And then underneath that, I have got the big one from my side is display chat from LinkedIn, been waiting so long. Okay, let's address that. Before I go and just a minute, let's just hide that. I'll I'll bring it back on screen in a second. Let's just address that one. Okay, bring Alex comment back. The big one from my side is the ability to display chat from LinkedIn. I've been waiting for so long. Right, I've got a question before I say I know what I'm talking about. Is anybody else showing OneStream LinkedIn chat on their system? You don't need to mention who. A yes or no. Is anybody else showing LinkedIn chat on their system? Because until recently, and this is just my knowledge, the problem has been that LinkedIn have not released an API. LinkedIn have not released an application programming interface so that developers like OneStream can actually tap into it and can pull the chat into the studio. Until LinkedIn actually release the API to everybody, to developers as well, certainly video developers, there's no way of bringing the chat in. It's a permissions thing. It's facility and permissions. Yeah. One is LinkedIn having facility for developers to do it. And the second is to grant permissions to broadcasting houses so that they can do it as well. Now, as soon as you get one live broadcaster doing it, then those who integrate chat into the system will do it as well. So it's not a OneStream thing until now, until recently, until you find somebody who is. It's not a OneStream thing. This is on the LinkedIn side that there is a decision made. The API doesn't exist yet, or it's not being released, because basically, just plain devil's advocate here. Okay, if you release the API, then it means that LinkedIn content is going to another site. Yeah. So from LinkedIn's point of view, they're hosting live video and they're paying for the live video storage. Yeah. I mean, you can go back to your video history on LinkedIn. Every time you've gone live, LinkedIn have kept it. There's a cost to that. There's a cost to live video, which is being borne by LinkedIn, it's being borne by Facebook, it's being borne by YouTube. We don't pay to broadcast. Yeah. Well, apart from X. X wants $10 a month to broadcast. And the broadcasters I know said, no, not doing it, because it's fiddly as well, but that's a different thing. But to your original question, waiting for LinkedIn chat, we're all waiting. The next move has got to be from LinkedIn. As soon as they release the API and make it available to broadcasting houses, then it'll happen. Yeah. So, but from LinkedIn's point of view, just so you know, it's basically there is a commercial side to this, that as soon as the comments are released from LinkedIn, you might reduce the need to be on LinkedIn to watch the broadcast. Just saying, or to respond to the broadcast. To respond to a LinkedIn broadcast, you've got to be on LinkedIn. Yeah, I can't send comments to LinkedIn. I cannot chat with LinkedIn. Yeah. So the two-way traffic is in LinkedIn's gift. They have got to make a decision. Now, live video on LinkedIn does very well. This broadcast will be replayed on LinkedIn later today. And they have been kind to broadcasters around the world. It's their call. Let's hope in 2025 they actually decide to allow developers and broadcasting houses access. Okay, so that's the unified chat, which hopefully this year will have LinkedIn chat included. Okay, now, and over to Alec. Other platforms have show their comments in unified chats. Okay, could you message me one of them afterwards, Alec, if you would? You'd be so kind. Okay, and that's good to know. So we'll get that looked into. Okay, the next one is within the OneStream Live. You can have a team of people. You can bring in people you like, know, and trust, and they can manage the system for you. They can upload video. They can schedule pre-recorded video. A host of things they can do to take the weight off your shoulders as host of the show. The only thing they can't do is they can't come in the studio and go live, but they can do everything to help you. So you can, with OneStream Live, have a team of people who you know, like, and trust, and they can help you behind the scenes. Now, different systems have different ways of doing it, but the OneStream way is fair, and it does broaden your horizons because they can add their destinations. As a broadcaster, you can determine where you want to broadcast to. Your team members can, in addition to that, send your broadcast to their destinations as well. So having team members who are willing to broadcast to their pages, their YouTube accounts, there is very valuable. So that's the other thing. Now, the other thing, coming up to the close of this broadcast, but I just want to mention one more thing, and that's ABR, adaptive bitrate streaming, and I'll come full screen here. One of the things about in consuming live video is that if you were to consume it in the definition it is, this is currently going out at 720p. If you're watching on your mobile phone, you don't want 720p, you want a resolution for the phone. Adaptive bit. So this broadcast is going out not just in its host resolution of 1080 by 720, it's also going out in other definitions as well, which means that people watching, their phone is actually adapting to the stream. In other words, what OneStream Live are doing is optimizing the feed for the broadcast depending on the device that you're actually using. Right, I think we've been through the A to Z now. Let's bring this back on screen, replace the media, and go side by side. Go here. Now, I live in exciting times. Let's go here. Okay, we live in exciting times. I'm looking forward to, okay, and Alex given us the names. So Unified Chat does appear in Restream and Stream. Thank you, Alex. Right, okay, I'll pass that on. Okay, and if you let them know as well, the more of us who actually ask for it, the more likely it is to move up the wish list, as it were. Okay, well, it's a very exciting time. Lots happening in live video, lots to look forward to. And as I learn about it, I'll tell you about it. It's going to be an exciting year for OneStream Live. Hopefully you've had a closer look underneath the hood, giving you some ideas as to how you can use OneStream Live for your live broadcasting. It's been my pleasure to broadcast from Wiltshire in England. Until the next time we meet, which will be next Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. in the UK. Alec and Bob, thank you for joining me. And if you're watching the replay, thank you. If you've been watching live, thank you. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. This has been Stephen, live from Wiltshire in England on OneStream Live. Bye for now. We're going to play out with the dolphins.